Hi again, everybody. It's Kevin Canessa coming to you from the newsroom of The Observer and TheObserver.com on this, the 11th day of April in the year 2023. Sure hope you're enjoying your Tuesday, no matter where it is you are in the country. A beautiful 73 degrees here in New Jersey in the Northeast. Beautiful, beautiful early summer-like weather the next couple of days. So I hope you get a chance to go out and enjoy it as you do each and every Tuesday. You welcoming me into your home so that I could bring you this week's news. And as we kick off the news broadcast today, just a few words about something that happened today in the town of Kearny at Kearny High School. Earlier today, a bomb threat was called into Kearny High School. And out of an abundance of caution, as is always the case whenever something like this happens, the students from Kearny High School were evacuated. Some were sent to Franklin School, and some were sent to Lincoln School. Now, the reason the kids were sent to the schools as far away as they were was because the school district, I believe, from what I understand from the police department, decided to take the opportunity to use the moment as a drill. And just in case, it's a beautiful day, the weather was good, so they were able to bring them to these further away locations than normal. But the truth of the matter is there was no bomb at Kearny High School at all. And nobody was in danger, fortunately, at any point in time during the course of the day. But what happens when something like that goes down is it scares the living bejesus out of all the parents and the kids, some of the kids too. You know, they get these robocalls that say that the school is being evacuated and the kids are being sent to different locations for their safety, and it's enough to scare the crap out of people. And it's because some stupid kid somewhere decided it was a nice day and he wanted to get his friends out for the day, and they make these phone calls, and they use, a lot of times when these calls are made, these false bomb threats, they use VoIP apps that create numerous phone numbers that are hard to trace. They could be from other countries. And let me tell you this, as smart as these kids think they are, the police department's going to find who did this, okay? And whoever it is will be prosecuted. And that person or persons should be prosecuted for doing something so stupid on a beautiful day like today, with school just coming back into session at Kearny High School. So the good news is that everybody is safe. The bad news is that, unfortunately, during the course of the day today, a lot of people the day was interrupted, and people had to go to different parts of the town to get away. And this is just, it's insane that somebody somewhere thought it was a wise idea or a cute idea or a fun idea to send the kids out with a fake bomb threat. I mean, you really think about this, and that parents have to go through this at all is mind-boggling, but this is the world we live in. But you got to remember one other thing, too, here, okay? This all happens 24 hours after this happened in Louisville. Okay, 24 hours ago, 5 people were killed in Louisville. And 24 hours later, kids in Kearny had to leave their school because some idiot decided that they were going to be cute and go out and put call in a bomb threat to the high school. Okay, do you think parents have enough to worry about when you have to see stuff like this happening? Yeah, this wasn't at a school yesterday. It happened at a bank. The killer 20-something-year-old kid who worked at a bank, who was about to lose his job, and he thought that the best solution of the day was to go in there and shoot 5 of his colleagues dead and about 6 others and send them into a hospital, including a police officer who, by the way, was on the job for 10 days. He was sworn into office March 31st, and his first day as a cop was April 1st, and he was shot in the head on April 10th. And then 24 hours later, some genius decides to call in a bomb threat to Kearny High School. What is going on? When is this crap ever going to come to a conclusion? Is it ever going to come to a conclusion? Is it ever going to stop? Or is it just going to be the same thing over and over and over? Look at this statistic. Look at this statistic. 146 mass shootings so far in 2023. It's April 11th. And there have been 146 mass shootings. Over 11,000 people have died. In 100 days, Melanie says, right? In 100 days. And then some kid decides he's going to be real cute and call in a bomb threat to Kearny High School. Just 24 hours after something like this happens. And it's happening every week, okay? We were just getting over the Nashville shooting, and this happens. And there was another one last week, too. I forget even where it was. It's gotten so commonplace now, it's becoming impossible to even remember where they happened because they're so often. There's so many to remember. So thank God these kids are okay. But what child between the ages of 13 and 19 should have to go to school and deal with something like this and have to go home or go to another school because somebody decided they were going to call in a bomb threat at our high school? The kids deserve so much better than this. And the worst part is that there is a kid somewhere who thought this was funny. It's not. Look at this world that we live in, okay? I have to put it up again, just as a reminder. 146 mass shootings. I know this was a bomb threat. There was no threat of shooting at Kearny High. But the point of the matter is this. With this kind of world that we live in, nothing like that is funny. Nothing comes close to being funny. And 24 hours after this is what we get. But again, thank God everybody is okay. The Kearny Police Department cleared the high school. The kids were on their way back 20 minutes ago, so I would imagine most of them are close, if not already back in the building. But what a shame that this is the kind of world that we live in where the kids go to school every day worried about whether there's going to be a shooting, whether or not there's going to be a bomb in the building. And thank God, in this particular case, there was not. But please. One other thing, too. A few people had mentioned to me that they did not get an alert today when the reverse 911 call went out about the threat. And I want you to know this is important here. You have to go to kearnynj.org and sign up for Swift 911. If you don't have a landline that is not through a cable company, you have to sign up for this. And I would like to thank Danielle Dennis for letting me know today is April 11th, not April 12th, but this video is for the edition of April the 12th, which is tomorrow, and that's why it says for the edition of April 12th. Thank you, Danielle. Much appreciated. You have to go to this website at kearnynj.org and click on the announcement thing there, and you have to put your number in if you don't have a landline phone that is run by the phone company. So if you didn't get the alert today from the phone from this reverse 911, that's the reason why. And it just doesn't go out automatically to any of the cell phones, or to, even if you have a landline, through Comcast or any of the non-telco providers. So you're going to have to sign up if you want to get those alerts. And it's very important to have those alerts really when they go out, because they often have critical information. So if you didn't get it, go to kearnynj.org today and click on Swift 911 alerting system. I'm not sure you're going to be able to really see it because of the light's too strong on my phone, but you'll find it if you go to carnynj.org and you just click on that and you put your phone number in, and you will be good to go. Melanie says it was used for the chlorine spill. Yeah, I remember that chlorine spill in South Kearny a couple of years ago. That was crazy. That was a crazy situation. That was a very scary time, but it was very, very well used. And it's not just phone calls, too, that go out. They also send out emails, too. So if you didn't get the alert and you're wondering why, there is your answer. So we're going to get to some of the things in this week's edition. If you haven't been out to Branch Brook Park yet, you got to get out there. It is beautiful this time of year, and the cherry blossoms are really starting to bloom. It is great this time of year, and they're only going to be on the trees for a couple more weeks. So Lisa and I went over last week, and she got this beauty of a shot. These two shots here, both in the Belleville portion of Branch Brook Park. And I don't know if you can tell, but in the main photo, some of the leaves hadn't even completely bloomed yet. They were still in the process. It's a little bit behind this year. Usually by now they're fully bloomed, but I guess for whatever reason it's a little bit slower this year. But the festival was this past weekend, and it's just a wonderful sight. If you've never been there, I hope you get a chance to go out. I went with my mother yesterday, and it was the first time she'd ever been there to see the cherry blossoms. So it's really, really good stuff out there. So go check it out if you haven't had a chance to go. It's right there across the bridge in Belleville. It's very, very easy to find. And our good friend Barbara Condon, this is on the front page as well this week. Our good friend Barbara Condon has retired after 40 years working as a funeral director at the Condon Funeral Home. And, I've known Barbara since I was a teen. She is a wonderful human being, and she really deserves this retirement. She's going to live in the Adirondacks of New York State, and she was telling me, and I find this very intriguing because I can't imagine living in a place like this, but there isn't a working traffic light, there isn't a post office in her town, and there isn't a mail route. She has to travel to get to a post office, and she has to pick up her mail when she wants to get it. There isn't a hospital. There isn't a doctor. The closest hospital is 45 minutes away. Can you imagine that? She's got to go 45 minutes if she needs to get to a hospital. So it's probably a gorgeous place to live. And just a couple of weeks ago, she sent me a picture of her her backyard, and it was still covered in snow. And this was in the first week of April. So can you imagine how cold it must get over there? But Barbara's over there right now, and she's enjoying life in the Adirondacks, and I'm sure she's having a good time each and every day, even though she says she misses Kearny, and she was just a major, major part of this community for 4+ decades. We'll miss you, Barbara, very, very much. Now, WHATCo, busy as it's ever been that I can remember, I'll tell you that. And they are going to be putting on Your Good Man, Charlie Brown. And all of the details are in the story this week. I hope you will give it a shot and check it out. Our good friend John Branwell is member of the cast. And I got to tell you, folks, they have been doing such a bang-up job with WHAT lately. They have been putting in such an effort, not just for this, but for everything they're doing. There's so many programs going on. So check it out, and there will be something in next week's paper, too, and on our website about all the different shows that are going on, including The Great Gatsby, a radio program. So I hope you will go out and see Charlie Brown. The dates are in the paper, and great job. Brandy Lee Miller is kicking butt as the executive director of WHATCo. Now, as I get ready to sign off, I want to just give you a little bit of a heads up about May 3rd. If you don't have, if you're a parent and you don't have this date circled off on your calendar, circle it now, because Hidden in Plain Sight is going to take place at Kearny High School on Wednesday, May 3rd at 6:30 p.m. And it is vitally important that parents attend this program. It is put on by the Kearny Prevention Coalition through the Drug Enforcement Agency. And I got to tell you this. It's very, very stunning program for some parents who don't even realize how many things go on in a child's bedroom. The whole purpose of the program is that they want people to see all the different spots where drugs can be hidden. And this DEA agent who comes puts on a magnificent show to help bring greater awareness to how easy it is for teenagers to hide drugs. Now, this event was moved to Kearny High School. There's a great hope that there's a large crowd there, and I certainly hope there is too. And I'm going to do everything I can to encourage people to go. Jen Collins and Jack Corbett Sr. are planning this with the DEA, and Jen says that there's going to be an ice cream truck there for parents and all sorts of other things. There'll be tables set up out in the hallways at Kearny High School with information about addiction and drug use and things of that nature. So it's really, really important that parents go to this program. It's about an hour or so long, and last year the crowd wasn't so big. So let's do everything we can, if you're a parent, to get out to this event, because you're going to be shocked with some of the things that you see, some of the ways that kids are able to hide things. That's why Hidden in Plain Sight is the perfect name for this program, because that's exactly what happens. These materials are hidden in spots where you wouldn't know. There's false bottoms to soda cans, all sorts of other things that you'll see. So put it in your calendar if you can. It is the 3rd of May, 6:30 at the auditorium at Kearny High School, and we will have a story about this in the the April 26th edition of the Observer, and you'll be able to find out more about it then. But I was really happy that I was able to meet with Jen Collins and with Jack Corbett earlier today as we prepare to get the word out about this. You have to be there. You have to be there, because the crowd was just too small the last time, and they put too much hard work and too much effort into this event not to be there. Don't forget, there are 2 pages of classifieds, as there are each and every week in this week's edition of The Observer. And if you're looking for a job or a place to live, there are apartments and job opportunities all over the place. So check those 2 pages out. And listen, folks, I'm going to give you a heads up. In our Easter egg contest, not one correct entry has come in yet. Not one. And there are quite a few entries that have come in. And I think what's happening is some people are just taking a wild guess that maybe they didn't see it, but it might be there, but nobody's gotten the right one. I'm going to make a suggestion. If you can't find the egg from last week's edition of The Observer, pick up and go to theobserver.com and look at last week's e-edition, and it'll be a little bit easier to find the 6th and final missing egg. Some people have gotten 5 out of 6, but they've missed the last one. But that's the thing. It's easier to see on the e-edition. It's much easier to see on the e-edition than it is in print. But I'll tell you this, it's there. It's there for the finding, but so far, nobody has gotten it. So go out and take a look, and I guess we'll extend it to Monday, Lee? Yeah, we'll extend the deadline until Monday at 10 a.m. That's 1 week from yesterday. So get your entries in. And if you sent one in and it was the wrong entry, you can send in another one. We'll take it, okay? All right, that's going to do it for this edition of The Observer Live. I want to thank each and every one of you for joining me today, as you do each and every week. We will be back 1 week from today, unless something breaks. Hopefully there won't be another bomb threat or anything of that nature during the course of this week, but it's going to be a great week. So get out and go visit the Cherry Blossom Festival and have a good rest of the week, everybody. From the newsroom of The Observer and theobserver.com, Kevin Canessa signing off for now, and we hope to see you back here again very, very soon. Take care, everybody.